Hey guys, Daniel here again, and just wanted to check in with you and really answer a question I've been asked so many times. I've lost, like I said, about 100 pounds almost this point, and have lost up to about 115 at the most. And I've had people ask me time and time again, how'd you lose the weight? How are you losing weight? How are you doing it? And the thing is everyone's journey is a little different, but there are a couple things, or really one major thing I want to talk about today that helped me or really took me on this journey to find success. And really that thing is tracking. Somebody who's wanting to start out and lose weight, before I even tell them to change what they're eating or anything, I encourage them to just start tracking what they are eating, to get an app like MyFitnessPal or just anything and track what they eat through the day, because I believe the reality is most people don't have any idea what they're really putting in their mouth each day, how much they're eating, how many calories they're consuming. And so it's important to start there, to figure out those things. Tracking has been a huge deal to me. I heard a guy named Martin Rooney who came up with the Training for Warriors training system. He said this quote, and it's not original to him, I don't believe, but just the way he said it and the times that he said it, he said, you can't manage what you don't measure. You can't manage the things you don't measure. So if you want to control your weight, you're gonna have to measure your weight. If you're gonna wanna control the things or manage the things you eat, you're gonna have to measure. You're gonna have to find a way to track those things. So I've already talked about one thing I've used a little bit to track during this journey, and that's the MyFitnessPal app. And I really use that for tracking my food. And what I've done is I've actually found a day, it was April 7th of 2015 of this year, and I pulled up the information that I put in for that day, my macros and everything. And again, I was shooting for at that time about 2,600 calories. I actually wound up eating 2,831 calories for that day. It showed that my goal was 2,340, and then it showed that my exercise was 2,772, which I'll talk about that in a minute. So it actually showed that I could have eaten another 2,200 plus calories, 2,300 calories for that day. Like I said, I use this app to track my foods, and the cool thing about this app is that you can scan items. You don't have to type in everything. There is an easy search menu where you can search foods and things like that, but there's also a barcode scanner so you can scan items. And so I imagine that day I ate what I wanted to eat. I mean, it was good, but I was able to scan those things, type those things in, and track the things that I ate that day. And then you'll see here, I've got the macronutrients breakdown. Like I said, I was doing a 40-40-20% split. And you see that actually that day, my carbs made up 37%, my protein 38%, my fat 25%. So my fats were a little higher than I wanted to be. So you can see those macros there. And you'll see actually that day, I also used the app to weigh in, keep track. So April 6th was actually the day before I weighed in. You see 299.4 pounds, and you can see the weight, those weigh-ins just kept going down. So I approached my smallest weight. And so I really love this app. It's really great, like I said, for me to track my food in, and just it's really handy. Have it on my phone. You can also access it on a computer, and so you can type in stuff, search stuff. It's great. There's stuff for restaurants in there. Really, it'll help you whether you're eating at home or you're eating out, just track of things that you're eating. And so that's so important. The other app or really piece of technology I've used in this journey, and I haven't been using as much lately, is the Body Media Fit Link armband. And so I'll see if you guys can see, there's an armband that I actually wear, and I've done tons of research of just looking at, there's tons of different fitness technology, armbands, wristbands, things of that nature. There's other things out there like Fitbit, and there's Garmin makes stuff. Polar, who's known for their heart rate monitors, they make one. In fact, actually I own that one, just wasn't crazy about it. But I got this for a specific reason. One of them is I wanted to track my steps. It really allows me to track my steps, my sleep, and just my activity, my more strenuous activity and my more moderate activity. And the two apps, the app for MyFitnessPal and the app for the Body Media Fit Link, they actually sync together. So it's really cool. That's where you saw the activity or the exercise in MyFitnessPal synced over from the Body Media app. And so we'll look at the Body Media app and what that looks like. And you'll see some of the things it has, you'll see for that day when I had synced at the end of the day, I had burned a little over 6,000 calories. And I'll just say I have a very strenuous job. That is not normal. On a normal day, I'm not burning that many calories. And you'll see, again, there's my calories consumed that came in from MyFitnessPal, 2830. So it shows my calorie deficit, which is almost a pound's worth just for that one day. You'll see my moderate activity was 6 hours, 42 minutes. Which was because of working 30,260 steps. And then the night before shows that I slept 5 hours and 53 minutes. Tracking these things helped me meet my goals. Can you do it without these things? Sure. I mean, you can do it, but this is just one of the ways I did it. So I encourage you, make a plan, stick with it. This is, again, just my way of doing it. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a personal trainer. This is, again, it's just my opinion. This is just my opinion, so do with it what you want, but this is what's worked for me. This is how I've lost nearly 100 pounds and up to about 115 pounds. So find what works for you, stick with it. Find some accountability along the journey. That's another thing that's really helped me, and get started today. Thanks, guys.